welcome back to the Pride of Villa. And just before we get into this video, me and Ben do have a sponsor for this channel. It's called Fatal Grips, and if you use this code here, you'll get 10% off anything you want to buy on there. There's grips, there's all other stuff, any accessories. So yeah, it's worth going and have a look at. And yeah, let's just get into the video. So guys, if you're wondering where I got all the information from the last video on obviously our greatest ever manager, I got most of it from this book that my dad gave me. And yeah, just so you know, it's got everything, Euros and villains. So yeah, it's got everything you want to know about Villa's past. So yeah, we're not a small team. So guys, we're going to start off with the 5 best games from Aston Villa from this season in the Premier League. Starting with number 1, Norwich away, which was a 5-1 win for Aston Villa. Obviously, he started out with the 2 goals from Wesley, went on to Grealish to get a goal, and Hurahan and Douglas had the same type of goal. Great game. I think we absolutely dominated the first half and we just continued it into the second half. But I wouldn't say it was more dominant in the second half, if you know what I mean. Obviously, there was that one mistake from Heaton back in the day. He let, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Dermot, get a goal. I don't know what was going on with Heaton and Mings. And yeah, but it doesn't matter. Obviously, we didn't get a clean sheet from that game, but it's still a 5-1 win, which shows that we were definitely the dominant team at their ground too, so which is really good. Yeah, I mean, Norwich, I do like Norwich, to be honest. I don't think they're like a scummy team or anything. I think they've done well to get into the Premier League, but sadly, I don't think they're going to stay up, obviously, because they're last in the table. But I like what their manager has done, Daniel Farke. So yeah, second on the list I would like to put is Aston Villa versus Newcastle, with a win from Aston Villa 2-0. I think we definitely dominated the first half of the game. Obviously, started out with Hurahan's goal in the 32nd minute, and then went over to El Ghazi's goal in the 36th minute. This was another win against a team led by Steve Bruce. Obviously, the first time round was against Sheffield Wednesday, when one of his got that goal, and then we just absolutely dominated after that with 3 goals. But this time we just went out, obviously, because of what Steve Bruce left us with, all that stuff that happened with him. And yeah, it wasn't really, I don't know if our players were motivated because we were against a side that Steve Bruce was leading. But, you know, 2 goals against Newcastle is good for me. I don't really mind Newcastle, but I will say I think they are a championship team at the minute. But a lot's happening with the club right now. But yeah, we were meant to go up to their ground sometime now. Would I say we would win? I don't think we'd have won, but I think we probably would have got a draw out of it. It probably would have been like a 1-1 draw or something. But yeah, that was Newcastle. So coming in third is probably one of my favourite ones. It is Aston Villa versus Watford with a 2-1 win. Obviously, the first time round when we were against Watford at their home, we obviously lost 3-0. It's just a really bad game. It was one of those games that we were thinking we're going to get relegated. But yeah, I'm glad we won that game. So basically, Troy Deeney obviously got that goal in the 38th minute. Oh my god, it was so annoying. He got the goal and went into I think it was whole team. Then oh my god, all the fans were going mad. We're not a fan of Troy Deeney at all. If we had an offer for him, we'd definitely not take it because he's definitely not Aston Villa quality. I don't like the man at all. I think he's very, very snobby, I think you could say. But yeah, he got that goal. I think he thought they would have won that game, but no, not our ground. Douglas Luiz got that great goal in the 68th minute and obviously ran into our crowd and getting a yellow card. But wow, what a goal from him. It just shows his quality. To be honest, he has got quite a lot of goals this season. He's one of those that you wouldn't think of that would loads of goals, but yeah, he's got quite a few goals. Definitely a good player. I think he's underrated at the moment. But we were going into the 90th minute, and then obviously Konza got that goal. If I had to say, I would probably just give it to Konza, even though he did come off Mings' foot. But yeah, much needed win that was. I wasn't going into that game very confident, but I'm glad that we did win. So coming in at 4th is Aston Villa versus Everton. 2-0, a huge game for us. Obviously, we know Everton is quite high up in the table. I don't know what it is. I think it's like 10th or something. They're doing really good at the moment. And it's just mental that we got that win against them. This was the time when Wesley was getting quite a lot of backlash. He wasn't really getting the goals we would have thought he was getting. We thought he was being quite dopey, basically. Not really into any of the games, but he was definitely into this game, obviously Norwich game. Yeah, he got that goal with assist from Jota. Someone else we don't actually see that much. I thought we let him go in January, but we didn't. So I really do want to see him back. And then obviously El Ghazi got that 90th minute goal from an assist from McGinn in the second half, which is huge. Obviously we had Heaton in goal, which was really good. This was back in the day when Heaton was there. Obviously he's just not here anymore. It was, I don't know what game it was. I think it was, I'm not too sure actually. It was him, Wesley, and McGinn, and Steer. I think, yeah, in that one game, and we still won that game anyway. But yeah, huge game. Obviously we know Everton's not a bad side. They're really good at the moment. And I'm just glad we got that win. That was our first 3 points, if you didn't believe. So coming in at last, guys, is obviously going to be, for me, Burnley versus Aston Villa with 2-1 to us. This was on New Year's Day, so everyone knows it. If there's a game on New Year, you want to go to a good ground. But it is Burnley. I'm not saying it's a bad ground. It's not my kind of ground. Obviously, I love Aston Villa's ground. So the first goal was from Wesley again in the first 27 minutes, dominating that first half, definitely. That was one of Wesley's good games. Obviously, he had his head on point in that one. And then went on to have Grealish's goal in the 41st minute. And I think in this one, we had a problem with VAR. I think it was Grealish's goal in the first 5 minutes, I think. And it took around 5 minutes to get the VAR decision, which was disallowed in the end, which is stupid. VAR is ruining football, I'd say. Sometimes it does help, but this season it's really gone against Aston Villa. If you haven't seen all the games, we've had a lot of disallowed goals here and there. But yeah, it's not good at all. But yeah, we definitely dominated that first half. In the second half, we just kind of let go a bit. Which meant Chris Wood got that 80th minute goal, which is alright, I guess. I do like Burnley, I do like the manager, Sean Dyche, I think that's how you say his name. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Go check out Fatal Grips and use our 10% discount, and up the Villa with the pride of Villa. But still I get my money, still I